Welcome everybody to another video, and tonight we're going to do something different. Instead of taking something out of a box, we're going to be building a box. More specifically, a spray booth. So before we get started, I want to go over a couple things. This video is on the construction of the spray booth, and the following video will be over the lighting and the airflow, ducting, air filtration, etc. So an important thing to keep in mind, even though this spray booth literally cost me $20 to construct, the lighting and the filtration system, ducting, that is going to vary depending on how much you want to spend to light or illuminate the inside of your box and how well you want your air to circulate. Depending on where you're from, your access to materials may vary, so your lighting, air ducting, hardware like materials, etc. will all be different. So utilizing one shelf, I made a plan, and then I made another plan how to cut up that shelf, and I went to my local hardware store and started collecting all the pieces. As you can see, they are pretty cheap, and you only need one shelf. That's the backing. So I want to show you all the parts that I gathered, and I pieced them all together. So that's the fan I got, and I'll thoroughly go over all the following items in the following video, but I just want to show all the main items that I got to make the spray booth. Coming up, you'll see the size of my air filter, and you can design your system based on your air filter, and your local hardware store should have a variety to choose from. A 3-pack of these air filters is $14. Here you'll see 2 shelves, the 2x2 and backing. We only need 1 shelf. Here are the tools I used to put it together in about half hour, 45 minutes. So let's get started.
You know Unipro. Unipro is the expert you need for car inspections, cleanups, and hockey, baseball, soccer, golf, basketball, UFC, it's all on. People who come up to me, and I know you don't believe it, but I do go to games with kids, and I say, and the ticket is expensive. If you're going to a game, and let's say it costs you, I'm pulling a figure out of thin air here, $45 for yourself, $45 for your kid. That's too much for a lot of people. And now there's a reduced ticket in Toronto, a reduced ticket for the Lions. Season ticket for $200. here is in terms of speed. Road change yesterday, and there's one thing for sure. It's this paperwork and pocket handling. I think he still has to work on his and it's finished as well.
Here are two 2x2 supports that I used to hold up the walls, and also the rear shelf that holds up the fan, and that will be discussed in depth in the following video. The two 2x2s you see there were also omitted because I ended up installing my LED light in a different strategy than I initially planned. So let's get back to building.
I'll go back to what he just said. I told you had to sit this up behind. It was way better than Empire Field. I thought it was tremendous. You know, the cool thing was, too, like, especially if you went there when they had the P&E on it, right? Oh, the roller coaster. You hear the singing, you know, I'm sorry, but think of the world. Go ahead, Ryan. You listen to the old man. Yeah, that was part of it. I was going to say. Still got air there. I think they're talking about humble anyway. Up next, Jerry Krasnick, rather. Scaffolding and lots of easy wrench racking. The contents of a bankrupt wellness spa. Professional audio and lighting equipment, including a Midas Pro 2 digital console, Marker box stage lighting, and a lot more. For more information, go to ableauctions.ca. That's ableauctions.ca. You have a great resume and great references. But where do you expect to find yourself in 5 years, huh? Actually, I want to find myself up in the mountains, fishing every day, enjoying the moment, and breathing in the fresh air, and, you know, really not having a care in the world. Sure. How do you expect to get there? In my Subaru. Welcome aboard, Parker. Find yourself in a Subaru at your local Western dealer with great rates from 0.5%. Subaru, confidence in motion. Toronto FC, first against All America. Followed by your full name, 104040 right now. You might get sent down to AAA. That's how bad his 3 home runs, DH, fucking amazing. That is crazy. And you ask yourself, well, Japan is also a hitter as well. So they're talking, he's kind of focusing more on as a pitcher, but, there's another guy who could wind up doing both. So maybe it's the start of the trend where you see these athletes. Don't forget, in college, in the U.S., one day, we'll see. I find it amazing that I haven't asked before, because you can go back to Babe Ruth, and he was doing that. Being able to handle the pressure cooker of our market and expectations. Well, if you could call this Jim Ryan Shelving, they're developing players for the Vancouver Canucks. He's the Columbus and a handful of games go for the postseason game. They'll get these teams in the Canucks kids because they'll build them kind of along the way to the final.
Alright, so that's how you make the basic box, and here is me measuring the side of one wall to do a plunge cut with the skill saw. I didn't tape doing the plunge cut, but that's roughly how it's done. And this is for my particular LED. Your light might be different. You might just install a couple bulbs inside. And again, lighting and ducting will go over in the following video. So what you saw was how to make the initial box. And now I just kind of went back and showed you how I installed my LED. I suggest you use a jigsaw there rather than a skill saw, but I didn't have one on hand. And if you don't have any equipment to do this on hand, your local hardware store should be able to make 4 cuts for you in your shelf that you buy. My original plan was to have 2 2x2s on both sides attached similar to how you see, but protruding a foot on each side to hold up my LED. Doing it this way keeps the LED tucked in the box and out of the way. My shelving has a melamine coating on it, so the pros and cons with this is this shelving is made out of particle board. So if you intend on bringing a pressure washer into your spray booth, I wouldn't use particle board or MDF. I'd go to like a solid pine. But the good thing about this is it's easy to wipe and clean. Here I'm installing the rear shelf, and this is just part 1 of 2 of the shelf and the ending of part 1 of 2 of the series. So we'll see you in part 2, where I install the lighting, do some wiring, install the ducting, the air filter, and finish it up. And up until here you could stop and go your own way. My LED light is about 1 centimeter thick, so it was really easy to tuck into the ceiling of my spray booth. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.